If nothing else flourishes, I will. Through grit. Through the unending, unbending, deeply ingrained need to just keep going. One more day. One more minute. One more breath. Grit.
Hello, Sally Mary used to work as a nurse. She will introduce our speaker.
Happy Saturday, everyone. We are just about at the final stretch of our special one-day International Women's Day presentation. And before we begin, I'd like to do a couple of things. One, I'd like to give you guys a fun fact about International Women's Day. One, did you know that globally it is celebrated, but certain countries like Russia, China, and Vietnam actually celebrate it as an actual holiday, and they do take the time off. In some places, they honor the day by reminding the country of the women's achievements that impacted that country. Anyhow, so I'd like to invite everyone, especially our VIPs and special guests, place your name in the chat. Let us know where you're calling in from and who invited you. We do have a special giveaway at the end of the presentation, and as well as staying on at our stretch of Power Hour training so that you guys could properly learn how to onboard and how to get started immediately. Now, before we get started, I do want to remind everyone that purchasing precious metals, whether it's bullion or collectible coins, it involves risks. So you are highly encouraged to seek appropriate and professional advice regarding the tax and the financial implication of buying, owning, or selling precious metals. The price and the future value of precious metals is based on many factors, so please make sure you do your due diligence. I do want to give a special thanks to the leadership who had consistently showed up all day today, and our members who had continued to support us throughout the day. Did you know that it does take fortitude and dedication to consistently show up for others? And to our VIPs and new guests, please do take the moment to applaud yourself in making a life-changing decision. Now, let's see, who do we have here? Hello, Ada, Greenville, South Carolina. What's up, Anna, Australia? Hello, hello from down under. We are definitely, you in the house and Canadians being in the house definitely makes it a full house in regards to International Women's Day. What's going on? Aiden, I'm glad that you are coming in from Montreal, suburb of Canada. What's up, Patty from Fort Mill, South Carolina? Leah from Saskatchewan, welcome. Carmen from New Jersey, Deanna from Texas, Lori from Portland, Colorado, welcome. And Ellen from New Mexico. I am so glad that you guys are here today. As an Army veteran, I always like to say welcome home to my fellow vets. Now, let's have a short conversation here. Imagine having to have more months left at the end of your paycheck. Now, this is a relatable scenario, being that 1 out of 2 Americans are directly impacted by this. Now, imagine having a loved one struggling to cover a $400 emergency and not having it. Well, now, imagine being the family member who's able to hand over that much needed $400 to help that person tie over for the rest of the month. Believe it or not, this company continues to be an answer to that prayer I didn't even know I had. So with that said, I strongly encourage you to make sure you have your notebook and your writing implement ready, because the information about to receive is truly life-changing. So remember that action takers are money makers. At this time, I have the utmost pleasure of introducing our final speaker and as well as our next trainer. This person is very special to me because she is someone who really took on the time to mentor me and listen to me, which is very, very validating, especially in the world of women. Now, she is a unique human because outside normal circumstance, she's not someone I would have never met. I thank the organization and bringing her into my life. She's got a huge entrepreneurship acumen. She will leave you in awe. She is truly a rarity because as a woman, she has independently owned not 1, not 2, but 3 jewelry store chains in the state of Alabama. She named it after her son, Michael Anthony Jewelry, Inc. And she possesses a spirit of entrepreneurship entrepreneurship, meaning that she's owned several successful entrepreneur ventures that are not just online, but brick and mortar. So that takes fortitude and dedication. She is also a Chamber of Commerce president, or was a Chamber of Commerce president, build a national, international team, a professional referral marketing space, just like how we are doing it here, earned over 300 trips around the world. She's currently a gold associate with 7K and enjoying this opportunity, sharing it with everyone who is able and willing to listen, because of the importance of wealth strategy through something tangible like gold and silver. This lady is a silver bar earner, so please pay very, very close attention to what that means. Without further ado, please help me give the warmest welcome to Gold Associate Cathy Guzzo. Cathy, are you there?
I am here. Sally Mary, thank you so much for that introduction. When you say it, all that stuff, it's like, wow, you make it sound so good. Thank you.
Because it is good.
Oh, you're so sweet. And thank you for your amazing job pulling this together and emceeing this all day long. Appreciate you so much. And you as a presenter, Janine and Danielle, I am honored to be in this space with you, powerful women, and the other powerful women that I see on the screen, the leaders that are here. So I'm really honored to speak today and share with you some of my insight. This happens to be my mom's birthday, her heavenly birthday. My inspiration. She was bigger than life for me. So it's really a special day, and I'm honored. I was also a sorority house mom for 7 years. So I mentored young women, and we had that motto, the same one I've seen for International Women's Day. It's, may we know them, may we be them, may we raise them, and may we now inspire them. Powerful women. And we have a place in the world, and we have an amazing place, and it's grown since I've started in the entrepreneur space. So I go back, I just celebrated my 70-year young last week. So I've been an entrepreneur for 50 years, y'all. This is a half a century going on. So I have some things I'm going to share with you today, and I'm going to share a little bit about that background that Sally Mary was sharing with you. So I am honored to be here because this information is truly life-changing. I don't know of one person that wouldn't benefit from this membership. So I'm going to share with you from my heart because, I was a single mom for 17 years back in the day, and this is absolutely something that she needed. And moving forward, no matter how successful you are, it's something you need. It's timeless. It's important. So please, I just want to applaud you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here and get this information and learn about what we've got going on. And let me just share with you a little bit of my insight. As Sally Mary told you, I had a 3-store independent chain. I was a single mom at the time. It was Michael Anthony Jewelers, named after my son. This is a sketch of the store. And it was a great space, and I learned a lot. And this is back in the 70s and 80s. This is a picture of me and my son back in the day. So this is just to let you know, I've been in the space of gold and silver a long time. So when this was shared with me, a simple way to build wealth with gold and silver, these wealth strategies are life-changing. So we've heard this today, but it bears repeating. We know that almost half of Americans, and we're hearing Canadians as well, couldn't handle a $400 emergency back in 2023. And how much worse is it today? But here's the whole story. It's the purchasing power of the US dollar and how it's declining. And you see, when 1913, when the Federal Reserve was created, this dollar had the purchasing power of a dollar. But fast forward to just 2021 on this graph, we've lost 97% of this purchasing power. And we know why. At 1971, Nixon took us off the gold standard. No longer did there have to be an amount of gold that backed this dollar. And so this went from being a gold-backed currency to fiat. We've heard about it. Fiat means it's only worth what the government says it's worth. It's not backed by anything of value. And we have some history on fiat currency, unfortunately, and it's not very good. Here is just 3 examples. The paper mark in Germany, the peso in Argentina, the dollar in Zimbabwe. And as you've heard from the other presenters today, when a government keeps printing money, it eventually has less and less value until it can be hyperinflation and the economy can collapse. And that's what happened here. And even more recently in Venezuela, my friend was in Venezuela when their currency went to trash overnight, and he just videoed and sent me some clips. I was blown away. This is their actual money. If you could imagine stacks of our hundreds just piled in the street like garbage, like litter. That's what happens. But we want to talk to you about sound money. That's just another name for gold and silver. But gold and silver are what the wealthy have known for generations. And governments and financial institutions are the largest holders of gold and silver in the world. So this is the best example that I can share with you. This just sums it up. Danielle told you about it as well, and you'll hear it in another short video because it bears repeating. In 1965, this dollar and this ounce of silver had the exact same purchasing power. So a brand new Ford Mustang would be yours, shiny off the showroom floor for $2,500 or 2,500 ounces of silver in 1965. Let's fast forward to 2024. You walk in with $2,500. You don't even have a good down payment, but 2,500 ounces of silver will buy you 2 Ford Mustangs. So which one was the better store of value? Sound money. Let's look at gold and the housing market. This is an ounce of gold, the most recognized gold coin in the world. This is a gold eagle, 1 ounce. So back in the year 2000, the average home was $169,000 or 626 of these. Okay, let's fast forward to 2024. The same amount of gold, 626 ounces. What will it buy you? As of this printing, $1.5 million worth of housing. But I looked it up. Today we're at $29.12 an ounce. So that's more like $1.8 million worth of housing as of today. So just to know, this is sound money, and that's what can happen. But like all of us, people have thought about it, but they don't know what to buy. They don't know who to trust. They don't know how to get started. And they feel like they got to be some kind of financial guru to win. But here's what we found. There's a lot of mixed advice out there. There's people you can't trust. There's high minimums. There's a tough learning curve. And there's people selling inventory they don't have. Welcome to 7K. This is a community of people on a mission to help each other protect and preserve our wealth with assets like gold and silver. We have an asset referral opportunity here as well. But this is a safe space to protect your wealth with gold and silver. And these 4 gentlemen made it all happen. I have the utmost respect for what you see on the screen. There's over 100 years experience in building multi-million and multi-billion dollar businesses right here. Oh my goodness, we're so honored to be in business with these 4 gentlemen. They have been through a lot and they've learned a lot, and they share their wisdom with us, and they've crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's, and they know how to pivot, and they do it all the time. They're absolutely brilliant. If you've ever heard of the little company Melaleuca, Roger Ball started that company. He actually is the chemical engineer that created the first 7 products and containers that sit in Melaleuca Museum headquarters to this day. Took it from zero to a multi-billion-dollar global giant with his brother-in-law, Frank, that's still running to this day. That is brilliance, y'all. But these 4 guys got together. They're all brilliant in and of their own right, but they partnered up and they wanted to disrupt some industries. They wanted to disrupt the gold and silver industry. They wanted to disrupt the collectible coin industry, and they wanted to disrupt the networking industry. They wanted to be able to put gold and silver in individuals' hands all around the world so that they had the protection against what's happening around the world. Roger Ball actually was in Russia when the ruble collapsed, him and Marsha, and he saw people lined up trying to get food. And the only people that got food were the people that got to the front of the line. They had gold and silver. They got food. And these guys have figured out a way that we can do something about that. And I am honored to be on that mission with these gentlemen and the other leaders here. And the reason that you've been invited to take a look at this, it's just too good to keep to ourselves. So we wanted to share this with you. But here's a short video about why this method of accumulating gold and silver and protecting your wealth is so different and so innovative. So watch this with me.
If you're watching this video, chances are you're curious about gold and silver. You might have a few questions, like why should I buy precious metals? What metals should I be buying? Who can I trust to buy them from? How do I know I'm getting a good deal? And how can I afford more? You should know that you're not alone. Most people have these questions, and over the next few minutes, we'll introduce you to an easy solution. Most people we talk to say they have a feeling that it's a good idea to own precious metals, but really don't understand why, or how to get started. or they don't feel like they have the budget for it, so they don't do anything about it. This lack of understanding costs them a lot of money. And quite honestly, we don't want you to make the same mistakes. We've watched far too many people struggle as the economy fluctuates, employment issues arise, or unexpected changes come up in life. Owning gold and silver can help shield you against all these challenges long term. When we started 7K, we established a mission to help the average person get ahead by adding precious metals to their portfolio, no matter their knowledge or circumstances. We've already changed the precious metals industry by making it extremely easy to get started without any maximums or any minimums, period. But that's not enough. We're now completely revolutionizing the industry and making it so anyone and everyone can seamlessly start buying precious metals. It doesn't matter if you want to start with $100 or even $1. The new technology provided by our partner company Sound Money Wallet will allow you to convert your cash to various asset classes of fractional gold or silver quickly with no games or gimmicks. With Sound Money, you own the metals you buy, but they store them safe and sound. They offer limited capacity storage for up to $50,000 in asset value. And you'll sleep easy at night knowing that if you ever want your metals, they'll be in the mail at the drop of a hat. How? Sound Money uses a non-segregated vault at their partner company, VaultMax, to store your precious metal assets, protected by some of the most technologically advanced security out there. You can be sure your metals are safe there. If you want your metal, simply request it. Pay the shipping and insurance and it will be on the way. But what if you need cash? The old way of liquidating precious metals, including lugging a heavy box to a local dealer, hearing excuses for why they couldn't possibly match the current market value of your metals and probably ending up in a no-win situation, or contacting an online buyer with a typical $1,000 minimum only to find that the price they initially quoted you for your metal dropped significantly once they received your heavily taxed package 4 to 6 weeks later. With Sound Money, you can kiss all that headache goodbye. This is the only tool on the market with the power to give you frictionless liquidation with one of the best buyback prices in the industry. So whether you're a savvy investor who already knows the power of gold and silver and the advantage of a private vault, or you're trading your first dollar for precious metals, Sound Money will make your ownership journey convenient and easy. Be confident that control is back in your hands from start to finish. Let Sound Money Wallet work for you.
The technology is absolutely brilliant and never been done before. And that's one of the things that makes this absolutely different. And we want to help you get a diversified portfolio of precious metals. So we're going to share with you a defense and an offense strategy so you can do that. Our defense strategy is bullion. That is just pure gold, pure silver, sold by weight for the ounces that you get. It comes in the form of silver or gold bars, silver or gold rounds, individually, tubes of 20 or 25, monster boxes of 500 at a time. And now for the first time ever, because of this fabulous membership, you can buy the fractional capability with gold and silver in the Sound Money Wallet in 4 asset classes. You can shop 24/7, even when the market's closed, in these 4 asset classes, and we're never out of stock. And that is in the form of the gold eagle and the silver eagle, the 2 most recognized coins in the world, and in bullion in the form of 100-ounce silver bars and 1-ounce gold bars. And you can now even set this on autopilot. We'll talk about this later. This is one of the most amazing pieces of our membership, to be able to get bullion at dealer direct prices. Our offense strategy for you is our collectibles. This is like becoming a gold and silver art dealer, if you would. Amazing coins like what you're seeing on this screen. Incredible designs. They usually have some kind of historic value, or they tell a great story, and they're all low mintage. Now, we have heard across the board, anything under 10,000 is low mintage. That is the number of coins out there, total. That's supply and demand. The shorten the supply makes the demand greater. So when you're talking about this formula of what makes a collectible, that's what we have to offer you here in our selection of collectibles. And you can even set it and forget it, do it on autopilot. But look what has happened in the form of collectibles that are not gold and silver. Let's just look at the history of a couple here. I love the Spider-Man comic book. Now, originally that's 12 cents. And you heard earlier today some amazing statistics about this. If you even had one and it was kind of bummed up, not in too good a shape, it might be worth $2,500, maybe. But if you have one in great shape, that's sealed, that's graded, like our collectible coins, the value just went to $3.6 million on paper and ink, not a base of precious metal like bullion. So, wow, that's the formula for a collectible. Let's look at Mickey Mantle up there. I love this one because it's cardboard and ink. And if you bought one, you paid 10 cents for it, and you got a great piece of bubble gum with it back in the day. So if you had a bummed up one, an okay one, it might be 10 grand. But if you had one in great shape, graded, sealed, like what we have with our collectible coins that you can get access to, hey, it has resold for $12.6 million. So just think with me about maybe what could happen with our collectibles on a base of precious metals. And we have the asset stacking on autopilot for you program right here. You know, we've done bill paying on autopilot, but what about asset stacking in precious metals that are sealed and graded? You know, my background is as a fine jeweler in the jewelry industry. I am GIA certified to grade diamonds. So when I'm grading diamonds, flawless is the highest grade you can give a diamond. And I'll just tell you that flawless diamonds go up the fastest in value. When I'm talking to you about these collectibles, they're graded. MS for mint state, 70 is the highest grade on the Sheldon scale. So these are considered flawless in that space. So these would be the most sought after, the most demanded. And that's what you can get with your asset stacking on autopilot. And it comes with perks, like you get free points where you can get bullion and collectibles absolutely free. Danielle showed you her amazing collection that she's got throughout the years. That's fabulous. What's better than free? Not only that, you get access to our 7K Advantage, which is our wholesale shopping club with over 850,000 merchants. I absolutely love it. So that's our asset stacking on autopilot. But we've all made this $1.2 million mistake. So watch this short clip with me, because we have a way that you never will make that again. Watch this.
You probably made a $1.2 million mistake and didn't even know it. Let me explain. Let's start by taking a look at this chart that shows the purchasing power of the US dollar from 1913 to 2013. In 1913, a dollar was worth $1 in purchasing power. In 2013, a dollar was worth 5 cents in purchasing power, and even less now. We've seen the dollar and all currencies lose value over time. Some of this is due to inflation, but most is because of a change in 1971. In 1971, the US president ended the Bretton Woods Agreement, which cut all ties to currencies that were backed by gold. All at once, all world currencies became a fiat currency, meaning they are simply backed by whatever the government says they're worth. Take this scenario as an example. Let's say you wanted to purchase a brand new Mustang in 1965. It would have cost you $2,500 or 2,500 US silver coins. The same 2,500 US dollars won't get you a car today, but those 2,500 coins would get you 2 cars. As you can see here, while the US dollar has lost its value over time, gold and silver have maintained their purchasing power. If you'd consistently purchased gold and silver bullion over the years, you would have negated inflation and maintained an average buying power. But what would have happened if you'd have bought collectible gold and silver? It begins with the MS-70 Silver Eagle. MS stands for mint state. It's a grading system. An MS-70 coin means the coin is in perfect condition. If you'd purchased one MS-70 Silver Eagle every month since 1986, you'd be sitting on a $1.2 million portfolio, and it would have only cost you between $50,000 and $80,000. That's why we call it the $1.2 million mistake, because most people didn't buy them. What's crazy is that's what the coin the US Mint makes millions of every year. What would have happened if you focused on even more exclusive, unique, and rare modern coins? Here are a few examples of the track record for a few more unique and exclusive coins that we've offered through the years. A 2004 Tiffany art coin sold originally for around $100 with shipping and is selling in the market today for between $5,000 and $10,000. If you didn't get one, that's at least a $4,910 mistake. The Julius Caesar 7K exclusive from 2021 sold for around $360 with shipping and is selling for between $950 and $1,100 today. If you missed it, that's another $550 mistake. And here's the Montana Butterfly from the 7K Autosaver program that sold for $150 with shipping. Today, it would cost you around $1,200 to get one. That's another $1,000 or so mistake. Now sure, those are great performers, but that's a portfolio of around $10,000 with only a few coins and a fraction of the cost. With time, the power and potential of collectibles are real, and we're on a mission to help you avoid the potentially $1.2 million mistake of not adding them to your legacy.
How about that? With a simple system like what Curtis just participated in, that autosaver program that I'm telling you about. And he wanted to collect the Animal State series, and he did. Not just one set, but then all the kids wanted one. So he has multiple sets, but that's because he set it and forget it, did the asset stacking on autopilot that we have here for you. So we have exclusive access to amazing coins that everybody wants from around the world, but they're done exclusively for us, and these are some of the amazing designs. You don't have to be an expert. That's what I love about it. Back when I did this, it was challenging, it was difficult, and 7K has done all the heavy lifting. So you don't have to be the expert. It comes with your own website. You can start shopping immediately for these gorgeous coins, and you get access to the rare coin drops that bring us beautiful coins from around the world. Chris Latin is another one of our colleagues. He didn't have any gold and silver until he started doing this. He has a massive collection. He loves participating in the coin drops and being a part of the autosaver program and having that set it and forget it on autopilot. And that's some of his collection throughout the years that he's achieved. And the training, we talked about the learning curve, we got you. The buyer certification, the collector certification is contained within either one of the memberships I'm getting ready to share with you. So you can make good buying decisions for you and your family. You can know what makes a collectible. You can follow the system and follow the format. We've been told over and over again, this membership, the training alone makes it worthwhile. And we have the asset stacking of the stack and sell. And one of the things I love the most about what you're going to see here, there's a short 1-minute clip. This 100% has eliminated fraud from the marketplace for us. We got to beta test this. I'm honored that we have this here. And I'm so confident with what I'm buying through this setup because I'm not confident with the amount of fraud that's going on out there in the world. But everything is tested, everything is proven. So watch this short clip. Platform is absolutely brilliant. We'll talk a little bit more about that too. But this is so much more than gold and silver. Just to highlight a couple, we have a healthcare program here. There's no open enrollment. Every 1st and every 15th of every month, you can grab your healthcare plan, and it's a zero deductible. And want to mention one more, we have an IRA program. I'm telling you, I was in the room when one of the founders said they negotiated with over 100 companies to give us the deal that we have here within this membership. And I have used it myself, and we know several of our colleagues that have. It's an amazing experience from start to finish. In less than 2 weeks, we were out of the stock market, paper money, fiat money, into real money. We were able to pick our gold and silver at dealer direct prices, pick our depository, and it's self-directed. We're in control. We're out of the paper money business. That is here with the least amount of fees I've ever seen in my life. And I've looked at many. That's available in this membership, just to mention a few. But we talked earlier when we got started that almost half of Americans couldn't handle a $400 emergency. Well, there is a way that you can share this membership and actually earn points and get paid. So just want to share with you right here that 85% of the folks that hear what you're hearing, they just grab a membership for all the benefit. the ability to share this is within the membership if you want to, but some people don't want to, and that's fine. The membership stands alone for all the benefit that's here. But if you do want to share, I want to encourage you. This is an amazing opportunity. And for those of us that are here, and the reason that you're here either watching this live or the recording is because someone has had a great experience and they wanted to share this with you. But let's just talk about traditional business for a second, because here's a billboard that hung all the time for us. And I love this picture. There's Mikey walking up to his billboard going, say, hey, Mom, that's me. That's you. That's right. This billboard was the bomb. I had a six-figure advertising budget back in the 80s. I mean, that's when six figures was a lot of money, but that's what it took for me to have a presence in the market. Every day that this billboard hung, I sold at least one tennis bracelet every day. It was pretty phenomenal, but that was our advertising budget. Well, still, even though I had a six-figure budget, my best advertising was when I had a customer that had a great experience and they would go and tell a neighbor or a family member or a friend, oh my gosh, you got to go see Cathy at Michael Anthony Jewelers. She'll take care of you. This is amazing. That was word of mouth advertising that you can't pay for, that you earn. That's the model that 7K has chosen. That's why you're here, is somebody's had a great experience and they wanted to share it with you. And 7K pays us with instant gold, with sound money matching metal bonus, with loyalty points for free coins and free collectibles, and in our share plan. The instant gold is phenomenal because if you decide you want a membership, you might not even build a big team, but you might want to share with your link with a few people. You get instant gold every time you do that, even if you don't build a team. It's just your 7K's way of saying thank you for sharing. You can get between $20 and $80 worth of instant gold just for sharing your link. And then we get paid in our share plan. If you want to participate, if there's a left team and a right team, and when you have a member enrolled on each side, when 250 points accumulate, you can earn $250 that week, and every week that happens. If you have one member left and right, and you have 500 points that accumulate left and right, you can earn a $500 check, and it goes on and on and on and goes up from there. And you can level up by just sharing this with more people on up the ladder between 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,500, 7,000, 10,000, or 12,500 a week. So it just depends on how much time you want to invest in this. But you might wonder how you earn points. Well, retail sales have points. Everything that sells in our product section, there's a lot there that is in the collectible coins and in the jewelry has a point value. And then our monthly autosaver has a point value as well. Our coin drops and rare coins, a lot of other purchases, even our healthcare has points, and also our enrollments have points. So the points can add up pretty quick, and they do go infinite levels deep. And you can rank up with us and achieve new heights. And just to discuss a few of those ranks with you, when you accumulate earnings over a 4-week rolling period of 500, you're an associate. If you accumulate 1,000, you're a copper. 2,000, you're a bronze. 5,000, you're a silver. And when you do that in your first 90 days, the company will award you a 100-ounce silver bar, absolutely free. This is about a $4,000 chunk of metal. So if you're interested in getting this, be sure and let the person know that invited you here that you want to know more about that. They'll give you all the details. But when you hit 15,000 in 4 weeks, you're considered a gold. 30,000 an executive gold, 42,500 a presidential gold, and we have more ranks than that. But we also believe in a lifestyle powered by gold and silver. We have great trips that you can be on because you're part of this community, because you have a membership at great prices, and you can earn part of it or all of it for free if you choose. And I think there's even talk about some kind of African safari going on right now, people are running for. So it's just a lot of fun, and this community is a second to none. You know, we talk about just associating with the right people in your life. Associating with the people in our community is so much fun. I've learned a lot, and I've laughed a lot, and I've loved a lot in this community. And that's all of life to me. But let me just recap for you all of the benefits that come with this membership. Never before seen. I want you to look at this screen. There's 3 of these that are trademarked. Unique to this membership, unique to 7K. So you can buy and sell and store and maintain your gold and silver assets like a professional right here with this. Let's just talk about the fractional capability of the Sound Money Wallet. This allows you in those 4 asset classes to acquire gold and silver as little as $1 at a time, simply and easily from the comfort of your own home, 24 hours a day, even when the market's closed. Oh my gosh. And at the click of your mouse, liquidate it, get it back into your checking account and use it if you need to. But the store of value is gold and silver, and that way it's out of the fiat system, and we have the highest buyback price I have ever seen in the industry when you need to liquidate it. So that is the fractional capability of the Sound Money Wallet. The Vault Max, oh my gosh, you can store your metal in a military grade vault, class 3. My store was a class 1. Class 3 is like Fort Knox. It's amazing. And your metal is 100% insured by the company that insures the largest coin grading company in the world. So if you don't want to take possession of your gold and you don't want to have it on you, it might compromise, your safety, leave it in Vault Max storage. And when you're traveling the world, any one of these 32 countries, have it shipped to you wherever you are if you want, or you can have it liquidated and have it go into your checking account and use it, or your Wise card, as you heard from Janine earlier, if you're international. So that works. And you have your very own shopping portal where you can start shopping immediately. The stack and sell option, as I mentioned, it 100% eliminates fraud. I love it because you can track and you can buy and sell your collectibles right here in that platform. And if you want to get an insurance on your collectible coins, all you have to do, there's a CSV file in there, print off the current value statement, give it to your insurance company. I do appraisals for people, or I used to. I'm grateful I don't do it anymore, but that costs some money. This way, this is all done within your stack and sell. So you can get a rider on your homeowners for your collectible coins that you have in your possession with this platform and don't have to pay anybody else to do it. I think that's great. The coin drops are here for you. They call them all the time. We have 7K University where you have all kind of wonderful training that you can access. And we have everything is anchored on asset stacking on autopilot and learning and growing together. Here are the two memberships. And we have a basic membership for just $149. It comes with limited access, and it comes with your first $20 in gold bullion deposited instantly into your Sound Money wallet. You can put $1,000 in your Sound Money wallet, and you can put 10 coins in your stack and sell, and you're off to the races. Our legacy membership, if you have the room to move, is absolutely the best value because it's $5.99, and you'll get full access. It gets $40 in gold bullion, pure gold bullion added to your Sound Money wallet immediately. You're going to start your defense strategy, and you get $50,000 that you can store in your Sound Money wallet included with that. And you can have unlimited access to your stack and sell, and our Sound Money matching metal bonus comes with that one. This is better than cashback, y'all, because anytime you share your link with anyone and they grab a membership, if they use their Sound Money wallet, you're going to get a percentage in that same asset class that they're buying in, instantly added to your Sound Money wallet, and you didn't have to do another thing other than grab that membership and activate it one time, and you're set to go. And all of your memberships are going to come with our 7K Pro, which is just $59.95 a month. It's a $99 value just to have access to our 7K Advantage, that wholesale buying club. You get special coin drops, you get 30 loyalty points where you can get the free coins, and you get full access to our 7K University. So just to reiterate, this is about our 7K Advantage. Here's myself and Alicia and Nancy talking about, literally, I'm telling y'all, we save people hundreds and thousands of dollars with the 7K Advantage, which comes with your 7K Pro. So we want to just mention to you, you've heard about it today. Right now, we can offer you the power of 4 on steroids, because it's double points in your first 14 days. So if you like what you hear, I'm going to encourage you to grab your membership, get a position with us, and think about 4 people that you might want to share this with. This is what happens if you share this with 4 people and you do the legacy and they also grab that legacy membership. You can earn $500 in cash because each one of those has a 300 point value now with double points. So there's your first cycle of 500. Not only that, you got $320 worth of gold bullion that you got for the instant gold pay, and you earn 40 yourself. So there's over $820, about $860 worth of gold and cash with that power of 4. And so we invited you here. Let them know whether you're a 1, 2, or 3. 1, just want a membership. That is great if that's what you want to do. We want to, find what works for you. And remember, that's 85% of the folks that hear this information, they don't even participate in the share plan. But if you want to participate in the share plan and want to learn more, I want you to, let the person know that invited you here, you're a 2 or a 3, and be sure and put your name in the chat if you're a guest so you can enter this drawing. We're getting ready to give away a great piece of jewelry. But yeah, we've got everything in place for your success. And just to let you know that 85% of the folks that hear this information, they don't participate in the share plan. And what I love, when you see the average of what an associate made, the average of what they made was more than what it cost for our top of the line membership with all the bells and whistles that you pay one time. So that's what I wanted to share. So I'm coming back to you guys, and I appreciate you so much being here and getting this information. I want to encourage, if there's any guests, please put your name in the chat and put who invited you, because you are going to be able to enter a special drawing. And then we have a fast start training coming up for you real quick. But thank you for being here. Thank you for being open to getting the information that we find to be so compelling. I don't know of one person that wouldn't benefit from this membership. So back to you, Miss Sally Mary.
Thank you so much, Cathy. That was an amazing presentation. I love it. I hope that you guys have taken some really good notes, because Cathy really knows her stuff. Like she said, she's ran her own businesses, brick and mortar, and she's a silver bar earner. So guess what you have?
Thank you.